How's everyone doing? My name's Jerry and welcome to the channel. Alright, so this is the continuation of Prison Architect Season 1, and so we have got quite a bit of stuff done here, and one of the issues that we've been running into actually through the last few episodes here is actually a lack of money, and there's not much I can really do when there's a lack of money. And so actually, I know I mentioned that I did want to leave this as vanilla Prison Architect as much as possible. However, I have gone into the Steam Workshop and downloaded a couple of mods, mostly just adding in new grant types into the actual game, and that should be able to help us in terms of getting some more money out of everything. And so actually what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you a couple of things. So there's just a collection of mods, and I'll actually come in here and go into the extras, the mods. You can see what is actually active. So crimes upgrade basically just kind of upgrades the number of crimes that are actually available and new convictions and things like that. The Greater Reform mod adds in a couple of new research options as well as a couple of new programs that we can go through. The Greater Grants and the Grants mods are what I really wanted to target, and these basically add in a larger variety of the grants that go on towards a later game. And you'll be able to see that actually right here when we go into actually our grants. So it used to be that we only had a few more grants left before the rest of the grants ran out, but now you can see there is a lot more, right? And you know, basically these are the only ones that we have finished, but these are the ones that we have a lot more of. And so we're going to go through and actually complete all of these grants. That's going to be the goal for this entire series, and we're going to do that step by step and slowly, and in that way we'll be able to get a little bit more money and be able to actually progress throughout the rest of this game without having to just sit here and wait for grants to come in every day. One of the things is, so right now the issue is that if we cancel any of these grants that we already have, it's going to cost us a fine that we really can't afford right now until at least our next day's prisoners show up. So for today, we're going to once again continue on and just kind of simulate the day as usual and just let everything kind of play out on its own. We'll let the money kind of come through, and we'll just have a very easy day in terms of rebuilding the prison and letting the prison actually happen. And I guess this will be a really good time to tell you guys about the plans for the rest of this series, right? So like I said, this season is going to conclude when we finish all of the grants that we have there. And a lot of those grants we probably have already fulfilled. Something like Hot Fuzz, we have 30 sprinklers, which we actually don't have. Overcrowding is we have a dormitory and 15 bunk beds, which we clearly do, right? And so we're about to enter into a lot of money, and that will definitely help us propel through the rest of this series. This series could last, when I started this series, I really didn't know how long it was going to be. It could be a couple of episodes, it could be many. It depended mostly on when or if I was even successful at completing this series. If I was going to be kicked out on the first day, then the series would have ended after episode 1. But it hasn't. We're on day 13, which is not exactly that many days to begin with. It's maybe not even 2 weeks. But in 2 weeks, we have built a pretty decent sized prison right here, and I'm pretty happy with the amount of work that we have gotten done. I think it's been really successful, and I like where we're going with the rest of this kind of series. But yeah, so I hope you guys are happy so far with what you have seen. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will definitely go through and respond to as many comments as possible for the beginning of next season. The continuation, or the quote-unquote next season of this series, will most likely be either a new map, or B, even a new method. And okay, actually I'm going to stop right now because we are having a riot. This is our first riot of the season. I'm going to bang up. We'll do a shakedown. Let's not do a shakedown. Let's just do a lockdown so we can lock down all of these prisoners here. And that way, I think the riot's basically contained within this one area right now. So as long as we bang up every single prisoner, there we go. So we've already subdued it. It looks like it's down to 5, so that wasn't too bad actually. We managed to contain it within this one dorm here. I'm not sure what exactly caused the riot to happen to begin with, but it looks like this dorm in particular, this cell in particular, will be searched. Let me go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm just going to search the entire area actually, since we haven't done a shakedown in a long time. And of course it's going to make a lot of people mad because they were just banged up, and so now no one really wants that. No one's really happy. So you can see our danger level is actually really high. 12 gang members are furious because the leader is being punished. Interesting. The leader is being punished. Are they like in solitary? But I have no one in. Oh, they might be in here. Maybe the leader? Maybe you're the leader. Gang members. Oh, there's a lot. This is a gang member. There are a lot of gang members in here. I wonder, would it be good to put all of them into Supermax actually? Because there is an even higher level of security. It's called Supermax. I've never actually looked into it. I don't know if it means we would need to separate them, if they would count as maximum security, or if we would need to separate them again and create a higher fourth kind of area. That might be something that we need to look into, but we'll see. I think right now, like I said, we don't exactly have that much money to actually spend. So we do get extra money from early release prisoner rewards, so that's the parole that we did, which is great. But of course, the other issue is that we don't want to parole too many people, because then the reoffending rate is going to be much higher. Yeah, so this shakedown is definitely, it's causing a lot. There's a lot of blood everywhere. A lot of people are injured. Luckily, it looked like no one died in the riot, which is, I would consider that relatively successful if no one died in the riot. But yeah, that was not the best day for us. And you can see we've already found quite a bit of stuff. I'm a little shocked that we don't find these things more frequently. I'm going to outfit a lot more of these places with metal detectors. I think that would be the best thing to do. And the first things I want to do is actually outfit the canteen here. Because this canteen is probably going to be the source of a lot of the contraband. And that is actually all the money that we have, but we will be hopefully getting more very, very shortly. And yeah, so we're down to 314 prisoners. I know I've changed the kind of goal of this series multiple times now, and I really don't know when I'm actually going to finish it. I am saying right now that's probably going to be when we finish all of the mods, but that could end up just turning into more grants and more mods, and then we have a continuation of the series. So we'll see. I do know for sure that I will probably end the series if my computer can no longer handle it. That's a guarantee. That's just the physical or just the limitations of my actual computer here. But yeah, so I hope you guys will kind of bear with me as we learn and go through this process as well. And as I was saying before the riot, the next season might actually be not exactly building a prison, but escaping from a prison. So I've actually recently realized or recently discovered that Prison Architect, when it was released with 2.0, gave an opportunity. There's a game mode that allows you to actually escape from prisons, and that those prisons might be uploaded onto Steam Workshop. Someone might have actually made it already. And then you can just go through and, as a prisoner, try to dig tunnels and escape. That is a mode that I have not touched before, but would be highly interested in trying out and learning and potentially making it into even multiple series if we can escape from multiple prisons at once. It might be a process. It might be a thought. I don't know the logistics of how it will work out. I don't know what games I will do after this, but it's a thought that we could probably pursue. So I'm going to let the prisoners just slowly here go through, and you can already see my computer is starting to lose the fast capabilities that it was when we were first starting off, since this is a relatively large map, and so we are expanding we actually have a lot of moving pieces going on, and it's going to be really, really hard, especially whenever we have something like this where a lot of game objects are on top of each other. That's honestly when the game or the process of the game will actually be the slowest. So one of the things we could do is actually leave more showers, more smaller showers onto each of these dorms, or even maybe another shower just in this corner, so we have two separate showers, so we could split up all of the overlap. That's another thing that we could probably do that would actually be an in-game change that actually also affects how the game performs. And I think that would be actually a more realistic scenario of how a prison is actually built, is when there's actually separate showers, not just one large shower for an entire Supermax. It's a thought. So there's all of these proposals flying around, and my mind is racing on what we could do to make this prison more, to make this prison better, and make this prison more actually like a prison, like a real life prison. And so there's things that I am thinking and things that I'm doing, and I might lose track of some of these things, and hopefully I will eventually get to those, but we'll see. So I know that I was planning on making a church here actually. And then we'll just need to wait for that extra 8 hours, that extra money to come through. And I believe you can see here that we actually have a lot more kind of things to do here. So we have death row, which we might want to actually look into, permanent punishments, which can actually, you can confine prisoners to a cell permanently. Interesting. And then legal prep actually goes into legal defense and execution liability. Interesting. We have guard towers here, which would be really cool, that we can add in to help with the security, which is something that I would actually be very, very interested in doing once we can get a little bit more money into our system. And you can see our prison actually can hold quite a decent amount of people. Unfortunately, we have not enough capacity for maximum security right now. So a lot of the maximum security is actually, I'm not entirely sure where they are right now actually. It doesn't look like they're in the holding cell. It looks like maybe they've just been stuck into the solitary. Like there's so many maximum people in solitary that overage, I think it looks like it's 37-ish people, actually fits into all of our solitaries, and that way we actually don't have any kind of overcapacity. That might actually be what is happening right now, which is, it's not the best way, or it's not what we exactly wanted to happen, but it's good. Yeah, you see, look, most of our solitary is confined by maximum security right now. Yep, so tomorrow when we get a little bit more, we are going to have a lot. Once we get a little more money, we should definitely be able to handle a lot more things, and there's going to be a lot of building for the next day or two while we increase and get in all this new cash flow. I think the easiest thing for us to actually do is probably to go for the raise your prisoner capacity to 500 number. I think that honestly would probably be the best, and just to prevent any backup, I'm going to actually get rid of maximum security for the first day, and we're just going to take 50 minimum security people tomorrow. I should actually bring it up to 60. It's going to be a lot, but I think it's a good enough amount of money for us. 21k, which should be more than enough. Is it enough? Now that I'm thinking about it, it might not. It will be enough to actually cover this maximum security infrastructure implementation, I think. And I think that we actually do have, yes, we can afford a CCTV monitor now, which is great. And then the other thing that we need would just be a CCTV itself, which we can put into maybe the classroom right here, just as a really quick thing. And that should actually cover this one right here. Why is there 16? Oh, so it looks like I need to place more than one. That is a little annoying, but we can make do with it. So we'll just put in a couple more here, and then the other classroom here. One in the laundry might be a good idea. It looks like, really, is that only 33%? I'm not too, it's because these, yeah, so it's up to 66. So we do need to put it looks like we need to put 6 CCTV monitors in total for our CCTV monitor workstation to actually be resolved here. So we do need to put 2 more. We do need to power this up right now. So let's go ahead and put 2 more CCTV things. We do want one in the mailroom here, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then we should probably put one somewhere that will need a lot of, I think this is too far to be actually putting a CCTV monitor. I think we actually might be interested in doing one more CCTV monitor there. And that should, yep, there we go. Look, we got the 20k for the grant, which is great. So we're actually gonna pause for a second while we figure out what we're gonna do now. So there's a couple of things we can do with the 21k, right? And this is not all of it. We're gonna definitely spend a couple more money, or a couple more, what's it called? We're gonna definitely take a couple more grants, which will be able to give us a lot more money to work with. that being said, let's actually come in here and think about how we're going to plant this. So this is, I think we're going to do that shower thing that I was mentioning. So I'm going to go ahead and make another, so 15 by 10 is essentially this size dormitory. So we can fit another dormitory here. And then we can add on maybe a shower as well. I think we will do a shower in this kind of area here. We can do another yard just to have a kind of yard for the prisoners, and then we can do one more kind of dorm here. And then so our dorm entrances will probably have to be here, so we're just going to clone this and here. And this shower is going to be these two doors right here. This is going to be a yard. I like that idea, so let's go ahead and build in this like so. We do need a couple of nope. Going to need a couple of large jails, which is fine. Let's go ahead and add in the other jail over here, and then add in our two doors here. We're going to want to do electrical. Well, first of all, we're going to want to add the capacitor, and then do our electrical through here, through here, down one more, and then we're going to want large water pipes. We could do maybe a large water pipe to this corner, and a water boiler actually right here. And this water boiler will hot water pipe the rest of this area. That seems like it's probably going to be the best scenario there, and that's already cost us most of the money that we have. We are about to take in more prisoners, which is fine. And actually, let's just go through right now and really quickly see what we can and can't actually get done. So, I don't know what life discipline build. Let's look at the new bureaucracy, because I think some of these, life discipline gives prisoners the motivation to achieve their goals no matter what they are, and also a bit of fitness. I don't like that. Seems kind of strange. What if it means like they're going to, like they want to, their goal is to escape prison? Like this sounds a little intense. Let's go ahead and do, okay, we definitely can do overcrowding, so that's an easy 20k right there. We could do a visitation. We are one visitation booth shy of finishing that. Okay. I will go ahead and do that then. Actually, I'm thinking it might... Do we want to just kind of expand our visitation? Something we want to do? Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. And then just we'll expand our visitation. I feel like that might be something we really want to actually get done. Yeah, I will go for it. I will do it. It'll get done. So we're gonna go ahead and expand the visitation here. So we cut into the garbage area. We have another riot underway, once again in lockdown. And so we're going to actually do lockdown right now. And then hopefully there's enough guards already in this area to be able to stop whatever riot is occurring. I wish there was a way to lock down just this one area right here. Yeah, so you can see there's so many prisoners right now that are out and about that it's causing my computer to lag, because they're all overlapping with each other and there's all these things happening now. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do... I think there's only one or two cops in there, and then there's a guard. So all these guards now are just having this argument, these fights. Everyone is being locked down, but we do have a riot underway. I think what's something that we could do is actually get... I'm going to start the guard towers, since that seems like a pretty good thing to do. And our riot is slowly decreasing. We only have 6 prisoners left that are rioting. We do have a couple of deaths today. And it looks like they are trying to escape through the kitchen, which was one of my biggest fears of what was going to happen. And my concern is if I open this door, there's going to be a lot of people coming through and trying to. Alright, so everyone is going to be on the perma staying up for a while we handle this situation. Everyone go back to your things. It looks like the riot is over, so we're going to go ahead and do this. All of our guards are going to come through now and try to protect everybody or do something here. I don't know why this dorm... Oh, it's because there's no guards left in this dorm, unfortunately. But it looks like there is quite a few fights actually happening. Yeah, there's just a lot of blood and a lot of injuries, going on around here. So I think this max security it's good that we can kind of close this up, but also bad in the sense that it leaves us exposed. At least the ground, the ground game is much harder for them to get out of. I think once we get the security, the guard towers, it'll definitely help us a lot. I'm going to go ahead and research the life discipline and just do some researching on the side since, we do have the money for it now. I'm going to go ahead and actually add in this brick wall here and give these prisoners a way to... Oh, one of the things that I do want is actually to connect these CCTVs to each other, or to each thing. That way we can actually see everything. So you can see now how the CCTV cameras work. They have a kind of a rotation, a slow rotation, and then their field of view basically changes depending on their rotation. So every so often we do miss a couple of things here, but that's fine since the majority of our things are here. We are having another riot. Oh god. Where is it now? Is this my minimum security? Okay, you guys are rioting. We're locking down now. You guys are just... Y'all are... I'm sorry, I apologize to that one guard that's stuck there right now. I'm going to go ahead and open this door and let these two guards in. Go ahead and open this door and let these two guards in and try to handle and revive from the other side. And then every other dorm should be locked. It is. So we do have this little bloody fight going on here. It should be resolved very shortly. I could do free fire, but that means that I will have a lot more people who die. We're going to lift the lockdown now. Bang Up is still on, since we do have concerns about that happening. Yeah, we're just having guards everywhere having issues now. A lot of our facilities are damaged. Let's go ahead and hire 5. We're going to hire 10 more workers. I'm going to go ahead and hire a couple more guards as well. And that should solve some of the issues that we're having. But yeah, we're just having a lot of... This capacitor hasn't been installed yet, so if I can't make this connection until I install the capacitor here. Which hopefully is coming very, very soon. Control left click to make a priority. Yeah, look at just the mayhem that has happened. Look at all of these prisoners just unconscious or injured, or everyone is just, it's crazy how intense everything is. There's just only a couple of prisoners who are probably still, up and about. And it's just, everything is just, it looks incredible. It looks like it was like a battle here. And this one dorm has just been kind of chilling over here. I like this dorm. This dorm is pretty chill. I don't know why these dorms are all having fits and stuff. You guys have the exact same amenity as this one. I don't know why they're having so many issues. But yeah, so... Sorry, I knocked over my... So I think our next step is actually going to be building in the individual cells. I think that's honestly going to be the best thing that we can do, since that is something that we haven't really looked into in a long time, is doing individual cells. And I think by doing individual cells, that should definitely help our actual chances of preventing these kind of dormitory-esque riots from occurring, because riots will occur basically when, you know, a group of people kind of rile up their friends and everything like that. And so that's exactly, at least what I see is happening, is, you know, they're kind of one inmate decides to lash out, and this sparks this kind of chain reaction of other prisoners lashing out, and then you have a riot and everything that's happening. So I think the best thing for us to do now is actually just to go through and kind of clean up these little dorms. So we're going to go ahead and delete these dorms probably and rebuild them as a single cell kind of facility. And we can start maybe moving that out too. So we can maybe start the single cells down here and start working our ways across on the bottom here.